Grade Calc options define how grades appear and calculate in the teacher's gradebook. Pass-fail coloring and category calculation will not apply if Grade Calc options are not set up. Grade Calc options identify the grading scale or rubric used that determines how grades are calculated or appear based on assignments entered in Infinite Campus. In this video, we'll cover how to verify these are set up correctly. While they are usually pushed down from the district level, last-minute schedule changes on the school level may be processed after this has been set up and require setup on the teacher level. Once this is set up, there is no additional changes necessary by teachers for the rest of the school year. Let's get started. We will begin by navigating to Instruction on the left panel. From Instruction, we will select Gradebook. To access Grade Calc options, we'll click on the arrow next to Settings. If Grade Calc options are not set up, the center part of the gradebook will not show in-progress grades even though assignment grades have been entered. Please note that grades kindergarten through 3rd grade and special area used an ungraded primary scale, so if letter grades such as O, S, NI, or U are entered, the in-progress grade won't calculate even if Grade Calc options are set up unless proficiency estimates are set up. This video does not include setting up proficiency estimates. Next, we will click on Grade Calc options. Although each standard for each term could be set up individually, we will use the Fill options to set everything up at once. Each class will have different standards. For example, reading will have both reading and writing, math will have only math, and so forth. Special area classes usually have a generic standard set up, such as the word grade. Regardless of the standards, the Fill Options button is the quickest process. Leave the task drop-down set to all so that all standards are selected. Under Fill Calculation Type, we will select In Progress Grade. It is imperative that the correct grading scale is selected from this drop-down. The grading scales with the ELTS at the beginning are only used at 4 traditional elementary schools. This includes Gray House, Carter, Schaffner, and Audubon. EL Primary is used for grades kindergarten through 3rd grade and all special areas. EL Intermediate is used for grades 4 and 5 core content. Since we are setting this up for 5th grade reading in this example, we will now select EL Intermediate. Next, we will select weight categories. This ensures that all assignments entered into the gradebook are calculated based on the weight of the student mastery category, which is 100%. The last step is to click the OK button in the lower right corner so that all modifications to Grade Calc options are saved. Next, we will review our grade calculation options for all of our standards and then click Save to continue and move to the next class. Note that now the pass-fail coloring of green and red displays for all students, and the center area of the gradebook calculates based on the assignment scores entered. This concludes the video on verifying that all of your grade calculation options are set up appropriately at the beginning of the year. It is a good idea to verify this in all of your classes. Don't forget, once you're set up, you are set up for the entire year. Welcome to the elementary video on verifying the student mastery category is set up appropriately. Categories are folders in Infinite Campus that hold assignments and where weighting is applied. If the student mastery category is not attached to a class, teachers cannot add assignments to the class. If weighting is not correct, grades will not calculate correctly. This video walks through locating and understanding the Assessing Learning and Grading Framework, or ALGF, and verifying data is correct in Infinite Campus. First, we will navigate to the ALGF. To navigate to the ALGF, we'll click on Students and Families. Next, we will select Handbooks and Frameworks. From there, we will click on the arrow to expand the Assessing Learning and Grading Frameworks category. Each framework document has different information, so teachers that teach multiple levels will need to review the appropriate frameworks. Here, we will select Elementary. Although teachers should review the entire ALGF, pages 7 and 8 specifically outline the Mastery category in Infinite Campus, where assignments should be stored. All assignments will go into the Mastery category. Additionally, as outlined here and on page 8 of the ALGF, no one assignment can count for more than 20% of the entire Mastery category. To verify the categories are set up properly and make any necessary changes, we will navigate to Instruction and then select Gradebook. To access categories from the Gradebook, we will need to expand Settings. From Settings, we will now select Categories. Elementary schools only use Student Mastery. No other categories should display except uncategorized assignments, which display only when users are using GradeSync to send assignments from Google Classroom to Infinite Campus. We will now click on Student Mastery. Student Mastery should be attached to every section except Homeroom, since assignments are not added to Homeroom. It is not necessary, however, to detach it from Homeroom at this time. If it is missing from any sections as shown in this example, we will click the top box under Section to add it to all sections. Student Mastery has been applied to all sections. Now we will take a look at the weight. The weight should be 100. In most cases, teachers should not have to make any edits. In this example, we will change them all to 100 by putting 100 in the top column. All sections have been selected and the weight has been appropriately updated to 100. Since there is only one category, sequence does not have to be modified but can be changed to 1 so that if using Google Classroom to GradeSync, the uncategorized can be modified to 2. We will not exclude this from calculation because Mastery contains assignments determining the student's academic grade. Users may select Drop Lowest Score as necessary. If that function is used, it will drop by percentage and not points. So if one student's lowest grade is on a 10-point assignment and another is on a 50-point assignment, the students will end up with a different amount of points possible in the class. Next, we will discuss the default scoring type. The default scoring type allows users to either choose rubric and utilize letter grades for assignments, or change to points and edit the default points from 100 to another value if not scoring assignments at 100 points. We will demonstrate that by changing the default scoring type to points. Default scoring type has been modified to points. In this class example, we will edit the default points to 10 so that every new assignment will default to 10 points instead of 100, but can be edited on an individual assignment basis. Please keep in mind that in most cases, the categories will be attached to all classes and the weight will be correct. Additionally, you may not need to edit the default scoring type or points. We showed this as an example in the class in case teachers should decide to modify it. Now that we've updated the settings for Student Mastery to be correct for our classes, we will click Save.